In this video, I'm going to give you 5 simple SEO tips to get your business on page 1 of Google. Now, this is a video whereby I'm going to keep everything really super simple. I'm not going to use any technical jargon. So most business owners should be able to follow what I'm saying and implement it. Now, I'm going to give you 5 tips, but the fifth one is the one that a lot of people underutilize. And that's the one that's really going to help you spiral your rankings from page 10 to page 1. So do keep watching. And if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. Before I do start, please do me a favor and subscribe to the channel because it helps me to get this sort of video out to more people, more businesses, more marketing managers to help their businesses grow. So the first tip I've got for you is use relevant keywords in your content. And what I mean by that is when you're writing about something, make sure that each individual page is focused on a particular keyword. Now, if, for example, your page on your website is about solar panel torches, then make sure you're using a combination of keywords which are around solar panel torches. So you don't have to keep spamming your page with solar panel torches everywhere. So sometimes you can mention solar panels, sometimes you can mention torches, sometimes you can mention, hey, if you're using a torch which is solar panel, or if you're looking for a torch which is solar paneled, so or solar powered. So when Google's then crawling your website, when it's trying to read and understand that particular page, it knows that, hey, this page seems to be about solar powered torches because it's got a lot of references about solar powered torches in it. So that's really important that you use relevant keywords. Now, before using keywords, it's also important to understand what your keywords are, right? So what you can do, you can use tools like Google Keyword Planner to say, what sort of keywords should we be using? Because what these tools will do, like Google Keyword Planner, there's also a tool by Neil Patel using his tool called Uber Suggest, and it'll give you ideas. So in this case, if you do go to these tools, and they're free, right? So if you do go to these tools and type in solar powered torches, for example, it will give you other keywords which are relevant or people are searching for, which are similar to solar powered torches. So make sure you get your keywords right and your content should be consisting of these keywords. The second most important thing is you're producing regular content. Now, I mentioned that, okay, you're using the right keyword, but what you got to do is you got to produce regular, high quality content. Now, that can be inside your pages. And sometimes it's not always possible to update your page so many times. So what you can do is you can write blogs. And the more blogs you write and the more high quality your blogs are and relevant to the users, then those blogs will eventually get indexed. Again, use Google's Keyword Planner tool to make sure that you understand what to write about, to make sure that all the blogs that you write are relevant to your products or services that you're providing. Now, one really important thing to remember when writing blogs, when writing high quality blogs, is making sure they are following a framework of EEAT. Now, EEAT stands for experience, expertise, authoritiveness, and trustworthiness. Now, here's a definition by Google to say what this really means. So, what is EEAT? And EEAT is a framework that Google's human reviewers use to assess content quality. It's defined in Google's search quality rater guidelines, the handbook that reviews known as quality raters use to provide feedback on search results. So in other words, that you've got to become an expert in your subject matter. Whatever your subject matter is, you've got to become an expert at it and you've got to build a degree of trust. So why should people use your content and believe your content and trust your content as opposed to somebody else's? So when writing content, make sure it's using the EEAT framework. And also, make sure you break it up. Make sure it's not boring. Because I see some blogs and they're just paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs of text, and it puts you to sleep. So use a combination of images, short paragraph, long paragraphs, videos, um, diagrams, statistics, and so on. Infographics is a really great way. So what this does is it makes sure that when people are using or reading your content, they don't get bored, right? And they start believing your content and they start understanding, hey, because there are different types of readers. There are some people who just read paragraphs of text, and there are some people who just like to read short amounts of text at a time. So make sure you catering for your typical audience. Next, use meta titles and descriptions. And what you must do is that you must keep your meta titles and your descriptions keyword rich. And what I mean by that is that your meta title, for example, when somebody searches on Google, the links that you see or the listings that you see on Google, and the first link that you see, that is your meta title. So that's the first thing that people are going to see, and they're going to then determine that whether I should click on your listing or somebody else's listing when searching, for example, Google. So make sure you got the relevant keyword. What I mean by that is, if you're selling solar powered torches, for example, make sure your meta title contains the word solar powered torches. And likewise, in your description, now your meta description is not a ranking factor. So Google will not use that to rank your website. However, it will be used to influence who clicks on your listing compared to your competitors' listing. So make it enticing. So put something in there to say why should they click on the link to go to your website as opposed to their customers. And what that will do is it will technically, it's called increasing your CTR, your click-through rate. So in other words, you're giving people an incentive to click on your website a link as opposed to somebody else's. A small example of a good meta description could be solar powered torches from $18 or $15. Buy now, free batteries, free batteries, free batteries, free batteries. So you're giving people an incentive to click on your listing compared to somebody else's. So make sure you have keyword rich meta titles and keyword rich descriptions, but don't spam. Do not keep repeating your keywords, and that's a fundamental mistake a lot of people are making. So let's get on to point number four. And before I do, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please hit that button and subscribe to the channel. For more questions, if you've got any questions about SEO, search engine optimization, or how to get your website listed at the top of the Google page, or any other marketing related inquiry, drop them in the comments below and I will come back to you. Point number 4 is really important, and make sure that your website is mobile ready, it's mobile friendly. Now, as of now, what's happening is that Google is shifting towards mobile first. In other words, that before indexing your website on your desktop, it's looking at how well does your website perform on a mobile device, because so many people are using mobile to search for your products and services on Google and various other platforms. So it's really important that you make sure you test your website on mobile. It's usable and it can be, people can quickly find the information that they want to find without having to click on too many small buttons. And you've got your good call to actions there and so on. So if you do well on mobile, you will naturally do well on a desktop. The last one, but not least, is the one that a lot of people miss out on. And that's to say, get high quality inbound links to your website, or backlinks as they may call them. And what that is that, let me give you an example. If you've got a website and you're selling a product, in this case, again, solar powered torches, you can write as much as you want to about solar powered torches, that why you think your solar powered torches are the best on the planet and everybody should buy them. However, Google knows that. Google knows that you can speak for hours and hours about your products, but what Google looks for is what are other people saying who are not connected with your products, who don't know you. What are they saying about your website or your products? And what that means is that if you know other websites that are talking about technology or torches or accessories for the winter, then it's worthwhile reaching out to them and saying, hey, can I write a blog on your website, which is going to benefit you because you got more content, but the only thing I want in return is put a link from your blog to my blog. And now it can get a bit more advanced, but I'm going to keep it simple for now. But all you want is links. So try to research something called guest blogging, or there's also platforms out there whereby you can publish a blog and you can then put a link from that blog over to your blog. over to your website, a particular page of your website, and so on. I will go into it in a lot more detail. If you do want more information on this, just put the words details below, and I will expand on this a lot more further, because if I get enough people saying, hey, details, and then that means that, hey, I know a lot of people want me to go into a little bit more detail. So what I will do is I'll create a more advanced video, and I'll go into a lot more detail about each one of these points. I'll give you examples and so on. So guys, if you follow this concept, which is a really basic concept of these 5 points, then you're going to be working towards getting your website on page 1 of Google with some very easy to follow instructions, and it's not going to take that much effort. You don't need to be advanced at doing these things. You don't need to get too many advanced people involved or senior people involved. Just follow this structure and you will see your rankings naturally get better and better on Google in order to get them higher up the Google page or even onto the first page. Guys, I hope you found this video useful. Let me know what your questions are. Let me know what your comments are or your queries are. Put them in the comments box below. Let me know what else you might want to learn about when it comes to search engine optimization, SEO, or ranking your website. And I will do my best to get back to you or even produce more videos to actually help you out. I hope this video has been helpful, and do remember to subscribe. And guys, as always, click on this video here, which will give you a lot more information about how you can generate more leads and more sales for your business. Goodbye, and look forward to seeing you on another show. Goodbye for now.